one specific candidate. Her name is Danielle Smith. And her promise when it comes to running for the UCP leadership, well, she's saying that one of the ideas that she has is that she wants to ensure that the Alberta Sovereignty Act, which is very popular in the province amongst conservatives and others who actually like what's in there. And here's a statement from her. Danielle Smith has said, BC, so British Columbia and Quebec, have set the standards. So if other provinces are doing it, why shouldn't we assert the right to our citizens? And I'm going to explain to you in detail what that means essentially. And what she's talking about is, as she's vying for the top job, she's saying that she'll promise that when she becomes premier, so first winning the leadership of United Conservative Party and then going into a general election and winning and becoming premier, she's going to announce new legislation that will simply allow Alberta to ignore federal law and court rulings and regulatory decisions that the provincial legislature doesn't like. When I say doesn't like, meaning that it's just they don't believe it's for the best interest of Albertans. And this is something that she's announced, which is very significant. I'm going to read a statement out that she has put out there into her social media. She says, on day one, I'm introducing Alberta Sovereignty Act, authorizing our provincial government to refuse to enforce any federal law or policy that attacks Alberta's interest or our provincial rights. And she has put that out there in her social media to say that this is something that she is promising on. Now, this could be something that would be very popular amongst perhaps the membership, but that's to be seen. And now examples of such that Smith talks about is British Columbia's relaxed enforcement of cannabis laws prior to the legalization that was done federally after Justin Trudeau promised it in 2015's election, which brought him to prominence and a majority wave for the Liberals. Well, essentially, she was making reference to that, saying, well, prior to cannabis being legalized in all over Canada as federal law, well, the province of BC was making their own rules when it came to that, which went against federal law. And she says that Alberta could essentially do the same. And she also talked about Quebec's Bill 96, which essentially insists French supremacy in the province in terms of the French language. This was something that was introduced and passed earlier this month. Essentially, under this law, almost all government services, with the exception of healthcare, must be provided in French language. There's only two categories of people who will still be entitled to receive services in English or other languages, and they are called the historic Anglophones, people who were originally educated in English, and immigrants who have been in Quebec for less than 6 months. Those are the only two exemptions. Other than that, all government services must be provided in French language. That is Bill 96 that she's referring to, saying that, well, that's against the Constitution and federal law, and those provinces have set the tone and have decided to move in that direction. Well, Alberta will do the same. And here's her quote again. I'm going to read it out to you. BC and Quebec has set the standard. So if other provinces are doing it, why shouldn't we also assert rights of our citizens? And she's talking about Albertans.